into a helmet. And it's easy. There's nothing to it really. All you need is 3D Builder. You can get that for free. It's a Windows program. Just and your models, and you can download them. You can find them all over the place. Thingiverse, wherever. I'm going to be working with this little bobblehead right here, and yes, it is a bobblehead. I actually got one that I printed as the actual bobblehead. Let me see if I can grab that 1 second. So, sorry, I'm doing all this live, so it's crazy. Move this out of the way just a little bit, and boom, there's the bobblehead. And as you can tell, it's got the little rattle like it does in the anime. So, I'm going to use this model, and I'm going to turn it into a helmet, though. So, here we go. First off, you're going to want to cut the head off the, if it's not just the head and building pieces, like you can get some models that have the pieces already cut up for you. And that's the easier way to do it. But this one is just, it works. So, take that, and you're going to cut it about right there at the neck, and then split. Okay? So, as you can see, we've got that right there. It's just a little bit of hangover. But if you click on it to the X-ray view, which is found over in View, turn on X-ray. That's the easiest way I found to use this program, is to have X-ray on. Okay, so you see it's got the little build where it's already kind of hollow. It's got that thing in the middle though. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to Object. Nope, sorry. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to click Hollow. Minimal wall thickness, I would say 2. That's your normal size, your normal helmet thickness for a costume helmet. Okay. Oh, but we can already see where it's kind of damaged the model some. It might not be on the outside. That might be just the inside. So what it's doing is it's, let's see here, it's making it thicker. So you want this thing to be completely hollow. So we'll go down to 1 for now. We can change it later. We can change it in the 3D printer settings. Okay, there we go. So click hollow, and this will make it completely hollow on the inside. You're going to go to Insert. We'll go with Torus. We're going to move this directly under the model. You gotta maneuver it a little bit to find it, but let's see. We're gonna go with Sphere. No, I don't like that. Go with Cylinder. This is the easier way to do it. Keep in mind that everything you stretch and all that stuff, it does not matter in a 3D program. It will not render weird like a picture will. everything grows to the way it's supposed to, unless you're just stretching it insanely. So let's make that smaller. Make it smaller that way. Try to line it up again, and then check. So you see it's not lined up yet. Go here. Raise it up. Okay. So here's where we get to the odd part. Now the little tree spirit, it's got a weird shaped head, but it makes a perfect helmet. Like if you can get it, I'm actually printing a Vegeta wig right now as we are speaking from this same technique. So it's basically a hair helmet. But get this right here, and you just stretch it into there. You make sure that click off of the X-ray mode. You see where it lines up there. All right, perfect. And then you see it comes up into here, and then you just see, where is it? Edit. You go right here. It's subtract. You just subtract it. Okay, so that creates your neck hole right there. If you make it big enough, you can just fit it over your head and you'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to go right here, and we're going to do sphere. Shrink this down a lot. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get it to where it's matching the mouth hole. You will not be able to see out of these eyes. If you print the helmet properly, it's going to be bigger than your head. So it's going to be a lot bigger. So what you want to do is be able to see out of the mouth. But you want to make sure that it lines up with the mouth too. You don't want to have it looking weird like it is right now. So we see it pretty much lines up with the mouth right there, and you want to go all the way back to the hole that you created earlier. So take that and stretch it back just a little further. That way it covers everything you need it to cover. It goes into the hole there. You see, you've already got the little dome where your head's going to be, and you can put a fan in there or whatever you need to do. So, edit and then subtract. And there you are. Neat. Okay, that's part of it. Part of it is done. Okay, so now let's see what size it is. It is roughly 44 millimeters long, so it's this size right here. It is the same size as this right now. Okay, so what we want to do is go right here, and just depending on how big of a printer you've got, you may have to split this up into more sections, and I'll show you that in a minute. But so we want to make it bigger. Okay, so that is 100 millimeters. That's going to be a smaller sized helmet, maybe for a child. Okay, So let's go a little bit bigger. And you can clean that up on the inside there where his mouth is. You want to be able to see out of the mouth. So keep that in mind. This is going to be a big helmet. Yeah, there we go. 300 by 300. Yes, so that's close enough. And you can use a visor or whatever you need to block off the mouth. So the next thing we're going to talk about is splitting it. So this is probably, I don't know if it's even close to the right size for a helmet. I can do the math on it and figure out what the sizing is, but it's kind of odd judging it from millimeters at the moment. But let's see. 322 on the x-axis, but okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to split it. Keep both. And with splitting it, the only problem that comes up is it sometimes creates a wall between the two split sections. So you need to make sure that you have it right there on the end there and split it. And you don't have to, if you've got a big enough printer, you don't have to split it up. This is for smaller sections, but for smaller printers. And you can split it into as many pieces as you need to and then glue them together. So let's see here. Doop. Oh, and it didn't create the wall. Okay, so here's the inside, and as you can see, it's very much where you can fit it to your own liking, however you want to do it. If you make it smaller, you can use like the eyes, one of the eyes to see out of. But I suggest making the helmet bigger if you're going to use this particular helmet. It's an odd one, and just fix it to where you can see out of the mouth, because you want to be able to look. You're going to be looking down most of the time while you're wearing a helmet, and you want to be able to see what's in front of you, not off to the side. You can, put holes in all of them to see different areas and just be able to move your head on the inside of it. It just requires a whole, however you like to do it. That's just my recommendation, is using the bigger, using the mouth, because you'd rather see directly in front of you. And if you want to clean that up on the inside there, it's the same thing. You just insert sphere. You make the sphere bigger. You want the sphere to fit inside of it. This is what I do with like action figures. I turn them into helmets. There's some apps you can get on your phone to be able to scan 3D objects and then turn them into whatever. I've done this with a Megatron helmet, a Vegeta. You just want to make sure that it fits inside of it. Like, you don't want it sticking out the other side at all. Unless you're trying to put a hole through it. If you're trying to put a hole through it, then yes, definitely go through the other side. But like this right here, and you just stretch it up just a little bit until you get that inside, and it will clean it up a great deal. Because what this is going to do is going to create a hole right there for the eye anyway. We stretch it this way just a hair. Nope, nope, nope. You know when you're doing it wrong, you'll see both of them stretch. Let's see, and then that, boom, and that will create. But you want to make sure that it's not coming out this end, right? Okay, so I think that works kind of. If I can make that just a hair bigger, I may do it with just make us another sphere and do it again. But let's clean this out. Edit, object, edit. Okay, take that one off and then subtract. Boom. Okay. And now it's relatively rough looking on the inside, and it will print off that rough because it just you won't have to worry about that much though, but it will print off rough because of the inside being that rough. That's what happens when you use the shapes to do this with, but it's not going to matter on the inside. You can smooth it, but I suggest doing that with Blender if you're going to do it, not this. I mean, oh, that worked. That worked. So let's go with smoothness. I'm gonna just smooth it out for you. Smooth edges. We don't want any edges on this thing. But the inside is not going to matter. That's where you're going to be putting fans and whatever you need inside of it. And it may be like this one. It's got a rattle in it. You may want to do the head tilt thing like in Princess Mononoke. But you can use this with nearly any action figure, anything like that. Yeah, that's why I don't like using the smooth. But I highly suggest splitting it open anyway to do this. You can always put them back together and merge them again. But that helps you to clean it out some. So, see, the smoothing it affected the outside of the model, and I don't like that. If you're going to do that with Blender, and Blender is a little beyond my skill at the moment. But here's hoping. Alright, so you're going to set them right there, and you're going to put them back together. If you're going to not going to print them separately. And the back will be exactly how you need it. You'll be able to rest your head back there, everything. It won't be too big on that, but that is how you make a helmet using a toy or a bobblehead or whatever. You want to make a giant Funko pop version of a character? That's how you do it. If you want to get into 3D printing yourself, check out 3D Printer Universe. I've got an affiliate link down in